Hey, this is Jamie at Useful Knowledge. We are about to make homemade peach jam with no pectin. Now this is a recipe that we created right here at Useful Knowledge. This recipe is not going to take you an hour to cook. As a matter of fact, it's going to take less than 10 minutes of total boiling time for you to make this jam. And we're going to show you how to can it. And finally, we're going to show you what it looks like when we get done. Okay, our ingredients for the peach jam. First of all, we have peaches. The ultimate goal is 5 cups of crushed peaches. So what I used is 12 medium to large peaches, and these are ripe peaches. You need 1 medium to large lemon, and you're going to need 5 cups of sugar. Now I use raw cane sugar, but you can also use the white sugar. You're going to need mason jars. I've got 8 mason jars out here. You're going to need canning lids, and these are your regular size canning lids, and you're going to need rings for your mason jars. Okay, you're going to need a pot, and this is just a 6-quart pot. I've got a canning funnel, a ladle, and a spoon. Okay, what we're going to do first is we're going to peel our peaches, and then we're going to cut them up over into this pan here. And these peaches smell great. We actually bought them a few days ago, and it took them a few days to get ripe. So all I'm going to do is just cut these up like that. And we'll go back when we get in what we think's enough cut up. We'll crush them, and we're just going to keep peeling until we get enough. Okay, when you're cutting up your peaches, be careful cutting around the seed, because you actually can hit this with your knife, and you don't want to get any parts. Even though this is really hard, you can get chunks of that into your jam if you're not careful, and you really don't want to do that. And also, there's some areas around the seed that's just not very pleasant to eat. It's not as soft as the peach. And I usually try to cut around that and don't get that into my peach jam. It's just a different texture, and it doesn't bode well for making jam. Okay, I've peeled and cut up 12 medium to large size peaches. We're going to crush this up and see how much we have out of this. Okay, I want to show you where I'm at. I've crushed these for probably a minute, and I like doing this better than pureeing them, because you do have some chunks of fruit still in your jam, and so you can kind of see what my consistency is there. Okay, we're going to measure this up. Okay, to get started, I'm going to go ahead and place 10 8-ounce mason jars, also known as jelly jars, in our oven at 250 degrees. Now this recipe should make about 8 to 9 jars, but I always like to have one extra just in case. Okay, we ended up getting 5 cups of crushed peaches and a lot of juice out of those 12 peaches that we cut up. And so that's what we're going to go with. So we're going to put that in there. Okay, next, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut up a lemon. We're just basically going to quarter it. Okay, we're going to squeeze that lemon into there like that. I'm just going to drop it in there. Squeeze it in there, drop it in there. Squeeze it in, drop it in. Drop it in. Now, if you get a couple lemon seeds, just get those out. That's what I'm going to do now. Probably should have strained that, but I saw a couple lemon seeds. No big deal. We're gonna cook these lemons and peels in with the peaches for the first 5 minutes. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn that on, and we're gonna start bringing that up to temperature. I'm gonna set it on a medium high so I can warm it up kind of slowly. For our canning, we're going to go ahead and place 10 mason jar lids into our little pot of water over here. We're going to turn that on to as low as it'll go. Okay, our peaches and our lemon starting to boil. Now we're going to bring this up to a full rolling boil, and we're going to boil it for about 5 minutes once it gets up there. Now we're going to have to adjust the temperature so it doesn't boil over, obviously, but we're going to do that for about 5 minutes once it gets up to temperature. And a full rolling boil is a boil that can't be knock back as you're actually stirring it. So you notice I stir it there and the boil goes away. So we're not at a full rolling boil. Okay, we are at a full rolling boil. So you need to start stirring this constantly. And you might have to adjust your temp up and down, okay, to keep it at a full rolling boil. But we're going to do this for 5 minutes. Okay, we are about 2 minutes into our full rolling boil, and I've already adjusted down to like a medium high, and it's staying pretty consistent right now. Okay, we are 4 minutes into our full rolling boil, and I'm pretty consistent here at a medium high, and it's holding steady. One thing to note, that it will splatter a little bit, so be careful there. Don't let it splatter on you. So we have 1 more minute. We'll take these lemons out and then we'll put our sugar in. Okay, we're 5 minutes into our full rolling boil, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the lemons out. Should be only 4 pieces of lemon in here. Give that a quick stir, and we're going to add in 5 cups of sugar. And we're going to bring this back up to a full rolling boil, and we're going to boil it for another 2 minutes at a full rolling boil. Okay, one thing to note, if you do have a lemon seed come out of any of your lemons that you didn't get, obviously I just threw the lemons in here. The lemon seeds will actually come up to the top, and they're real easy to find. There's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. And that's after you add your sugar. So just keep an eye out for them. And we've got all of them now. So there's our lemon seeds. So now what we're going to do is we're going to let this go for 2 minutes, and we're going to stir it constantly. Okay, this has been going for 2 minutes, and we're going to turn it off, and now we're going to can it. Okay, now all I'm going to do is we are going to fill these jars up. I've got my canning funnel. I'm going to use my spoon to keep all the chunks stirred up. And if there is any skim, which there's a tiny bit of skim like right here, you can go ahead and get that off. There's just a tiny bit of skim here, so I'm going to go ahead and get that off. Now we're just going to fill these jars up. And I come up to the bottom of my canning funnel. Going to go to the next jar. Okay, we ended up with 7 complete jars of peach jam. I thought it might make 8. It made 7. It sometimes happens. So now what we're going to do, we're going to clean the rim of the jar off, and then we're going to get our lids on. Okay, now all I'm doing is I'm taking a damp paper towel and I'm wiping the tops of these jars, and that's just to get any jelly that may have been on that jar, to get that cleaned off. Now these jars are very hot because it's only been like a minute since I actually filled them up, so these are still very, very hot. Okay, now all we're going to do is we're going to put our lid on. All I do is I'll dry the lid, place it on each jar. Okay, this is our last one. We got our lids on. Now we're going to start putting our pans on. Okay, and now that we've got our bands on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten each one of them up, and I'm going to turn them over. And we're going to leave them turned over for 5 minutes. And if anyone asks, this is the open kettle method. This was once the recommended method for jams and jellies, anything acidic, before water bath came along. I still use it. I was taught this as a child. I still use it every summer, and I honestly have no issues ever with my jams and jellies and tomatoes. So we're going to leave this turned over for 5 minutes, and we're going to turn them back over, and after about 30 minutes they'll start to seal. Okay, I just turned over our jars. They were upside down for 5 minutes. All we have to do now is let them cool down, and they will seal. You'll actually hear them ping, and the middle of this lid will be indented, and that's how you know that they're sealed. So we're going to let them cool down and seal, and we'll come back and show you what kind of set we got out of this jam. Okay, I set up a light behind this jar of jam, And I hope you can see that. We have fruit from the top to the bottom in this jar, and that's exactly what you're wanting. If your jam's too thin, your fruit will rise to the top of your jar and leave you with basically a syrup in the bottom. But this ended up perfect. Okay, so this jam ended up with the perfect consistency for a spreadable peach jam. So I'm just going to show you here. And if you like it thicker, you can cook it a little bit longer, but you need to be careful because you can cook jam too long and make it hard. But that's about the perfect consistency. It's spreadable and it really tastes great. So we hope you gained some useful knowledge on how easy it is to make your own homemade peach jam with no pectin with a short cooking time. Thanks for watching. Enjoy!